Hi, it's been a while. Actually, it's been exactly 4 years since my surgery. So, welcome. My name is Kim. I had ACDF surgery of C4 to C7, which is 3 levels. It's been 4 years, I think August 20th or something of 2020, something like that. So, yeah, it's been a while since I made an update. I think it was like 3 months ago or so. I just hopped on just to kind of say, like, hey, a lot has happened. I think I say this like all the time. I either say like nothing has happened or a lot has happened. And I'm looking at my other videos and I'm wearing the exact same shirt I wore a year ago. So I just finished work, so I'm feeling a bit chaotic, but I wanted to hop on. You might notice I'm in a different place. I did move, so that's kind of cool. So that's something that's new. So I moved. What else has happened? I moved and now I'm like acclimating to this like new spot. That being said, more of you have commented on my videos and have asked a lot of questions, and I always try to go through every single comment and leave a reply that is a little bit more like personalized, but a lot of people are commenting on things, so it's a bit hard to keep up, especially with like everything else I have going on. So quick update for me, I have one more MRI to get done. I have an MRI without contrast of my cervical spine because of the issues that I've been having. So I recently have been having more pain, but not necessarily just like the pain, but dysfunction in my hands. So my left hand, which is the one that primarily is having the issues, I am noticing I'm having like more numbness and pain and tingling, as well as like the claw or the trigger. I think they call it like a trigger hand or something, where it just kind of like claws up. It's just so uncomfortable. So if I'm like cutting something with like a knife, there's Jedi. If I'm cutting something with a knife or holding a pen too long, or just anything that is in like a gripping kind of sensation, the pinky and the ring finger will get like stuck, and it's now like the thumb and the pointer finger. And then I have like more pain and weakness, I guess, in like my wrist. And I'm also having it in the right arm as well. I'm also having, I guess, like sciatic pain and numb feet. The one day I woke up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and I fell over, my left knee all the way down was like numb and dead for about like 10 minutes. That was not fun. That was actually kind of scary. I asked the neurologist at Jefferson like what this is about, because he continues to say that he thinks it is above the fusion, as well as the first fusion that I had done, like the top disc. He thinks I need to get that redone. He is suggesting that I get laminectomy of C3 to C4 or C2 to C3. I think he wants me to do 2 to 3, and then he wants to reinforce 3 and 4. But I also have pain below the fusion, which goes into the lumbar. And I was asking him why my feet are having some issues and like numbness in the feet. And usually if you look online or talk to other people, they say it's because you're having issues of the stenosis and like the lumbar issue. But according to this doctor, he thinks that it's because of the cervical spine, that the pathway, like the messages aren't, like they're going down, but they're having a hard time coming back up to the brain. And he thinks that that's probably causing it. I don't know. So that is the recent information. I need to schedule the appointment to make that the MRI. I know that I was going to also get other consults, but to get consults, I needed an updated MRI, and it was just a year old, so I couldn't make the appointment, which is so stupid. So I just made the appointment with the previous doctor to get the MRIs. So I need to get that done to see like what's going on. I did get a new EMG, which is a nerve test. Found out that I have carpal tunnel in my non-dominant hand, as well as like some other stuff. According to my surgeon, he said that according to the EMG results, he's not really sure why I'm having worsening issues and dysfunction. Like again, like just my fine motor skills are a bit off. They're not really like both my hands aren't really working and feeling as they should, in my opinion. I still do the hydrocodone. I still do the Lyrica for pain and nerve issue. I tried acupuncture, that didn't work. I haven't looked into some of the other things that you all have like suggested. So the point of today was to kind of like come back on and answer some people's questions. Some people are asking if I'm available to talk, if I can give specific advice, and I need to just say, like, it's awesome to speak to somebody who's been there and has done it, because A, it validates some of the hidden issues that we have, because pain is a bitch, number one, but also we sometimes suffer in silence because it's not something that people can see other than when we go ow. But when we are limited in how long we can hang out, if we can't do or have the same energy or spunk that we had before, people can be a bit critical because they don't really see what we're going through. So I know talking to somebody that has gone through it really validates where you're at. It's like you actually are being seen. But in terms of giving medical advice, I can't do that. If I have a lot of people saying, should I do it? What do you recommend? I can't say that. The thing that I will often say is find your doctors, get some advice from people. But most doctors will say if you're doing it for pain relief, it might not be recommended because it is a pretty serious surgery. But if you are doing it because you have dysfunction or because you run the risk of like paralysis or something, that usually is the thing that says like we recommend that you get this done when you're on the fence. But if you're not having dysfunction, you're not I guess limited in some way, if you're only having pain, I would probably recommend like pain management or like PT and things of that nature. But most people will say try to find every avenue or go through every avenue before surgery. I do agree with that. I know a lot of people are like, Kim, don't do it, because once you go into the spine, it's just a domino effect from there. And for some reason, me specifically, I seem to deteriorate quicker, which is not fun. But I was at a place where I was having dysfunction, and I was in a place that my impingement on my spinal cord was pretty severe in the neck. So yeah, so all of these people, all of you all that are asking like if I recommend that you do it, I can't tell you, I can't give you an answer. But other than that, people are asking how my pain has been. It comes and it goes. But since I moved, I had to do a lot of packing and moving, lifting. So I have tested my body more, and it's been more under some stress. So I've had more flares, but not incapacitating in a way. In a way, it kind of was like good pain to be like, I can still do this, but like keeping in the back of my head, like I didn't fuck myself up, but if I did, I'm going for an MRI anyway to like see what's going on. But I do notice like more of like my arm and my hands definitely are falling asleep more tingly, more numbness and pain. So that sucks, but it just gives me the message that something is going on and I probably need something done, more than just like stretching or whatever. So yeah, so that was that question. How's my pain been? What kind of work do I do? I'm a therapist, so I sit here and just talk to people back to back to back to back all day long. So I do try to get up and do some stretches. But yeah, that does suck. That's what I do. People, everyone who says like, thank you for the videos and I've helped you along and I validate where you're at. Thank you. That was kind of the point of this, because I wasn't able to find any of these videos when I was debating what to do, and it felt very scary and like a journey that not other people went through. But since making these videos, I'm getting a lot of people that are speaking up and speaking about their surgeries or the upcoming surgeries, and it seems like there's more of us lately, especially, but maybe that's just because of the video. I know a lot of people are a bit older than I am, but some people are around my age. So again, part of me doing this video documentation was to give everybody a longitudinal perspective, because I was only seeing 1 or 2 videos post-surgery and everyone's like, everything is good or everything sucks. Whereas I think my journey is to kind of be like all the ups and the downs, and to kind of give you an example. If you watched all the videos, I know that there's been a lot. It's been 4 years of videos. If you watched like my videos, like you would see I have some good days and I'm like, everything is great. And then other videos where like I feel like I fucked myself over, or just like my body is fucking me over, and the pain and what that experience has been like socially and what have you. But it's manageable, so I'm grateful for that, and thank you for all the positive feedback about the videos. Let's read some others. What do I think about a total spine overhaul? Jonathan Clark, I think I need a total spine overhaul, but I'm not doing it because, again, once you go in and you do any like fusions, like you risk having the domino, because it's going to put more stress and pressure on the adjacent, which means the top and bottom of the fusion, those discs. So the more you do, the more you're probably going to have. I don't know anybody who has had this surgery and hasn't needed at least one repair or reconstruction or additional. So that is something that I am learning from everyone's experience with what they're writing here, and from my own experience. Yeah. Have I had any unnormal feelings in my legs, lower legs, feet due to cervical stenosis? Yes. That is exactly what I was just talking about. So yes, I do have issues in my lower back, my knees, my feet, my shins, my toes, definitely. I was told it could be from the cervical spine because the relay is not really occurring. But I also know that I have stenosis in other parts of my spine as well. So I play that game of like, which one is it? But either way, yes, I do have issues in my lower extremities. Hope I'm doing well. Thank you. A single fusion. I would like to think that at your age, Sarah Rule 86 at 37 with a single fusion, I would assume it would be okay, and probably have good outcome, but again, I can't say for sure. What else? Offshore Sailing Associates. I am not Superwoman, but thank you. Lots of people have to function. We have functional depression, functional anxiety, functional pain. Sometimes we don't really have a choice. But yeah, I don't know if necessarily always being resilient is good, but I definitely am proud of myself for the different things that I've gone through, and I have a couple really good people in my corner, so that has significantly helped. But it's super hard asking for help. Some people don't let me even ask, and I'm very grateful for those, because I know we don't all have them in our corner, because everybody kind of has like their own stuff that they got going on. Tramadol, Lyrica, muscle relaxants, going to bed with a soft cervical collar. I don't know, I hear like different things. Like sometimes I think if I kept my collar, maybe I would wear it and it would help. But I also know like sometimes it isn't good, because then like, well, sometimes it's good because it gives your like neck a break, your muscles a break, but sometimes it's not good because then your muscles aren't working to support it. So like I know that there's like schools of thought, like either direction with that. Is cervical cranial cervical instability and headaches coming from the cervical spine? Yes, definitely. You wanted to see a spine surgeon, So yeah, I'm just trying to go through this because I didn't really like plan this out. But you guys were asking questions, and it seems like most of your questions were, how am I? Do I recommend the surgery? Would I do it again? Would I do it again? Yes. Would I do it the exact same way? Probably not. I probably, like I mentioned in my previous video, probably would have prepped a little bit differently, and I probably would have eaten better, and I probably would have asked for more help. Some of you have had surgery just recently, so I'm really hoping that you all came out okay with that. Yes, our brain can make us miserable because we can overthink. Do your best to either get a talking buddy or go to therapy. stay offline. But yes, our brain and our anxiety can definitely give us a whole other set of worries during that process of healing. I did not fail. Thank you, refried beans. My cat is like ready for dinner because it's dinner time. Did I have neck pain and headaches, or did my neck pain and headaches disappear after my surgery? No. And after my surgery, I believe it was after my surgery, I can't remember if it was right before or right after my surgery, I started developing, and I still have, pulsatile tinnitus or tinnitus, however you want to pronounce it, which is like your heartbeat, because like your blood flow is like whoosh, whoosh. So unfortunately, I never had headaches, and now I get them a lot, although recently they've not been that bad, knock on wood. But I was going through a period of time where I was seeing a variety of specialists because of all of the headaches. So I'm sorry, but I don't think that it'll necessarily go away, but you never know. Everybody's different. A lot of people feel better since their surgery. That's great. Yeah, so many of you have recommendations. Functional patterns, no. Unless you mean like nerve flossing. I do try to do that sometimes. But yeah, I mean, Hector Arrerita, if you don't mind describing that, that would be awesome. Man, a lot of you are like now having this surgery. That's crazy. But yeah, I would say just go through the different videos and see if it answers your questions. And as always, the community that has been created through my content, everyone's like writing their own experiences and giving their own advice. So I would say read through the comments. I know it can be overwhelming, but I would think that reading the comments and interactions on my videos might be less overwhelming than Google, because at least everyone here has either had it happen or they're going to have it, so they might kind of ask the questions that you don't know how to ask, or the advice is already given that would be helpful for you. You can't bend side to side. Everybody's, I think, functioning in terms of movement is different. I know people have yelled at me from my early videos saying I'm moving too much, maybe, but it is what it is. People had the same surgery as me and they still have hand issues and headache issues 2 years later. Same, John. Some people have issues swallowing. I think this was something that I wanted to highlight. God bless America 2024. I have noticed if I like exercise or when I was doing Pilates, or if I just, I don't know, like I notice if I have inflammation in the throat, I do notice I can feel like when I swallow, I can feel like not a click, but I can feel like the top of the hardware, which really freaks me out. And it's only when the inflammation goes away, like if I exercise and like, or like something like hits my throat. Like I remember, like stupid, but like I was holding my cat and he like pushed, like almost did like a throat jab, and like it hurt more than when I was doing karate, and like it just kind of like felt that way like for a while, that I was getting anxious and like panicky, like oh god, like my cat just broke my throat. Sounds so stupid now that I'm saying it out loud, but it was painful and it hurt, and when I was swallowing it was like I felt like I was like choking on something. And I do notice like some jaw pain sometimes, but I don't know, like I did notice after my surgery when I was wearing the collar, I think it kept my jaw, like my teeth clenched, so I was having a lot of like teeth and jaw pain. And I think in one of the videos I did mention like if you have like a night guard, that might help, especially like at nighttime, because like the neck collar after surgery did keep me kind of like clenched. Something I do notice, I think I am still guarding, meaning my shoulders, I often find that I'm always creeping up, whether it's stress or pain, but I often find even when I'm laying in bed, my shoulders are up. So that is something I do notice. I'm trying to like read all of these things. Dry needling, cupping are lifesavers for some people. Physical therapy, recommend. But yeah, I think you got to stick with it. I didn't really stick with mine. Cupping was okay for me. I never tried dry needling. Massage definitely is a lifesaver. I had to discontinue mine just for like cost reasons, as well as I moved. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people say that they're still in pain post-surgery, and something I mentioned in one of my previous my previous videos was finally I accepted the difference between debilitating and dangerous. Sometimes I have debilitating pain or what have you, but it's not dangerous. And it took me almost 4 years, 3 years, 4 years to learn all the ins and outs of what my body feels, and to ask the right questions and be annoying to my doctors and advocate for myself to learn what are dangerous feelings versus debilitating sensations. And I think everybody just has to kind of go through their own journey to learn what's right for them, or what the difference for them. Muscles near the front of your scar never relax, or they're always on fire. Oh, that sounds really annoying and painful. Yeah, so it sounds like most people are kind of echoing the same worries or symptoms, and that this whole journey sucks. So it's cool to have a bunch of people that have like been there, done it kind of thing. Do I need to have surgery now or can I wait? 50-50 Toms, I can't answer that for you. Like I said, you have to kind of go off of like what your doctors are recommending, as well as like, can you keep doing this? Can you hold out for a little bit longer? Are you in a dangerous place? You hope that I find an expert surgeon. So after I get this MRI, I do hope that I can get an opinion from University of Pennsylvania. So we shall see. If I could go back in time, would I have gotten a disc replacement instead of ACDF? If I could have, I think I would have tried it. But the few doctors that I talked to about disc replacement, with how many I needed, and the cervical spine and insurance coverage, it didn't really seem like it was an option for me. And I know some people have replied to that comment that I just made, and said like it is recommended for cervical spine and their insurance recommended it, but not for me. So I don't know. Everybody gets different answers sometimes. Autumn, you're 24, you need the surgery. You've put it off for 2 years. Yeah, that's kind of what I did. I put it off, and then I finally was like, shit, I need to have it, especially because of the numbness and the pain, the weakness. I know that you have a 4-year-old and you're scared of dying and going paralyzed. Like, I get it. Like, if you watch my videos, like, you'll see the ups and the downs and the things I don't post. It's been a really rough patch. I would recommend for you, if you have to get it done, get started now in terms of your aftercare plan, in terms of like, get a will, get your living will, write out your, I don't know, any of that stuff that you need, like, you know, in terms of like your will, get like a power of attorney, make sure you have help set up, save some money if you need to. But I would say prep now, because if you're scared of dying or going paralyzed and you have dependents, like, you want to try to make sure that you take care of, I guess, your legacy and your aftercare plan in terms of like costs and care. Not saying that it's going to happen or you're going to need it, but I'm definitely someone that likes to prep that stuff. And I wish I would have prepped for more help, because I only had like a week of friends there for me that stayed at my house, but I probably would have benefited from them being there longer, because the first week you're really just like laying in bed and you're so doped up. But it was after they left that I was like, well, now who's gonna like clean and cook and take care of the cat? And that's when like the pain started up. And yeah, so I really wish I would have had a little bit more help then. But those fears that you have are real. Yeah, my hand does feel like ice at times. It's numb. Even just holding my phone right now, like my whole left hand is like dead and part of it is tingling. So it sucks. And also like the right hand is starting to go, which sucks. So yeah, I mean, I'm trying to go through everyone's stuff. I don't think I'm going to answer everyone's question. I know for some of you, I went through previously and replied. If there's more specific things, let me know. I tried going live one time and nobody really showed up. So I was like, oh, wah. But yeah, I try to interact with you guys as much as possible. I'm not looking for like follows and what have you. I'm just looking to get the information out there and just to be a human being that says like this journey and spine issues suck and chronic pain as well as other chronic conditions and illness sucks. It sucks being independent and looking like you are perfectly fine because people then expect you to maintain that way, and it's hard. It's hard to keep that up because then you get on yourself of like the shoulds and everything else. But get join a group, be active, get some help, get doctors in place, get other recommendations or other feedback from people. But I don't have any like specific answers. I know that I tagged some things on my page about like things that help me in terms of aftercare, like trigger point ball, like muscle relief, pain relief, hot pads. But yeah, I'm a bit disorganized in my chat with you tonight just because I'm trying to go through all of these comments, and I didn't realize that outside of the ones that I've already answered, there's been so many more, which I'm grateful for. I really appreciate you guys commenting and interacting with me. I would just say a lot of the questions that you guys are asking, I've answered in previous videos or later videos. So I hate saying like, go look at my other stuff, but I think some of the specific things that you're asking are answered there. But if I didn't answer anything, please feel free to like send me a message. All of your well wishes are always appreciated. And yeah, I'm just moving ahead in life. Like I said, I just passed my 4-year mark, still having issues, and most likely I'm going to go for another surgery. It looks like it's going to be posterior laminectomy. According to this current doctor, he's thinking above the fusion and fixing the first level that was done. I have a feeling it's also below the fusion, but I don't want any surgery because, again, the doctor was like, I'm only 60% certain it might help some of your stuff. And hearing that and then hearing him say, but you decompensate quickly, and if we do this, you're going to need another one, and the adjacent segment disease and blah, 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 blah. I think he's kind of letting me know that if I go in for one sooner rather than later, and he's only 60% certain that it's going to be helpful, I'm more than likely in for another surgery, more pain, or potential like paralysis, which scares me. I think he's saying it without saying it. So I'm going to get this MRI done, see what the results are, see if I can take that to another surgeon to get their advice, to see like what they recommend, if they have other like less invasive and maybe more than a 60% likelihood of success. That would be really nice to hear. But the reality is what it is. So holding out as long as I can, but again, the dysfunction seems to be outweighing the pain lately, and that usually is when it's time to do something. I just wish it wasn't up here, which controls everything. And the fact that like I was okay with it being like my left hand because my dominant hand is my right. I was like, well, okay, then if I just like lose my left hand, whatever, it's gonna be really annoying and painful and whatever, as long as my right hand is fine. But now my right hand is starting to go, especially like when I lay in bed, or if I like hold it at a certain position or whatever, like my thumb and my thumb and pointer finger go, and also sometimes like the side of it. So the fact that it's creeping into both sides now tells me that something's advancing, which is not fun. So yeah, so hopefully I get some answers. But I'm gonna call it quits now because this was a lot longer than I was thinking, but I rambled as I was trying to find the comments that I wanted to answer, but it is what it is. So happy 4 years, and thank you for following. It looks like I have 1,031 subscribers to my channel. Holy shit. Wow. Thank you. Thank you all for following and for like, I guess, liking my videos and commenting, and I guess keeping me ranking. I did attach Venmo or PayPal if you want to send a little like support, especially now that I have like different bills, but whatever. I hate saying that, but it is what it is. But yeah, hopefully you continue to learn and engage and find some inspiration or some answers from my videos. But until next time, from my house to yours, be well, be safe, be smart, be good, be kind. And I hope you have a pain-free rest of the day and a good weekend. Talk soon.